Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Joe.
Hey, we're going to be talking about how to go house hunting. You actually go looking around at houses that are for sale and try to find something you really like. I don't think it's easy. I didn't do it when I was growing up. My parents did build a house, but it was just around the corner, kind of the same neighborhood, you know. And there was an empty lot, which means a piece of land that was not, didn't have any buildings on it. So they bought a lot. And we built a house, and I actually just used my bike to move my stuff around the corner. So I've never gone through the process of actually selling a house or trying to find one that I liked. I have gone apartment shopping or apartment hunting. I currently live here and pay rent on an apartment, but even in New York, I had to go looking for apartments. It's tough when other people are wanting apartments and you're kind of fighting other prospective renters. Even if you're not a buyer, you're still having to fight prospective renters. Was it hard for you to find this new apartment you're in, Joe?
It took a while. You know,
Yeah.
you have to go around the city and you have to meet the landlords and you have to decide if the landlord is going to be cool, if they're going to be a good person. And
Yeah, because some of them are crazy.
Some of them are not good, and you have to decide if the property is for you. So even just apartment hunting or searching for a place to rent is difficult. Finding a place to buy, that's even more critical. So we're going to give you our handy guide to house hunting today. Let's read through the article, and then Stephanie and I will be back.
Buying your first house can be an exciting prospect. However, you might be so excited about buying your dream home that you take your eye off the ball and forget about some important issues. Here are some tips to bear in mind when you go house hunting. First and foremost, check everything. This includes every light switch, every faucet, and every outlet. Visit every room from the attic to the cellar. Check the water pressure in the shower and the noises the washing machine and air conditioning make. Look under rugs and pull furniture away from the walls to make sure no problem areas are concealed. Second, visit the property at different times of the day to see what the area is like. Find out if the neighbors are noisy or whether they have noisy pets. Even better, have an informal chat with the neighbors, as they might be able to tell you things about the house or the area that the real estate agent won't. Finally, when it comes to negotiating the price and making an offer, work out the maximum price you're willing to pay beforehand. You should also try to work out how much the property is really worth, and maybe get an independent valuation. Don't let your emotions run away with you. You're making a big financial commitment, so be sure that your investment is worth it.
That's our handy guide to house hunting. If something is handy, it's useful or convenient in some way. So we're describing this as being handy because we're getting a lot of useful tips here for buying a home. Our handy guide starts off by saying buying your first house can be an exciting prospect. A prospect is something good or positive that could happen in the future. So it can be something that can happen to you. We often talk about prospects in the job market, or we can talk about a prospect as somebody in the world of sports, a young player that is showing a lot of potential. They could be very good. We can say, oh yeah, he's a very good prospect. He might be an all-star someday. He could probably be a very good player in the NBA or MLB or any of those professional sports leagues out there. So anything of those can be a prospect, but in this case, buying a house is an exciting prospect because, yeah, it's something good for your future. It's a place where you can live, where you can grow old, raise your family, or do whatever you want because it's your house. You own it. You don't rent it anymore from somebody.
Yeah, there's a lot of maintenance and upkeep, a lot of work if you buy a house, so be careful that you know what you're doing. For prospect, I also wanted to mention, Joe, if you're dating, we'll often say, if you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend, no one looks interesting. You could say, I don't have any prospects, which means there's nothing out there that looks very appealing or attractive to me. So we use it that way, too. It's kind of fun. Now, it says in the next sentence, it can be exciting to think about buying your new house or buying your first house. However, you might be so excited about buying your dream home that you take your eye off the ball and forget about some important issues. We often talk about getting our dream job or our dream home. Or maybe you found, your dream husband or your dream girlfriend or dream wife. They're just perfect. We don't often get our dream job or a dream home, but sometimes it happens, and it's kind of fun. But you might be so excited about buying that dream home that you take your eye off the ball. If you take your eye off the ball, guys, it means you stop looking or focusing or paying attention to really important things. If you're playing baseball and you're standing at home base and you're trying to hit the ball the pitcher's throwing, if you take your eye off the ball, that ball may actually hit you. So be careful. Keep your mind and your eyes focused on what's most important.
That's right. Take your eye off the ball. That's a sports metaphor.
Yeah.
Because in all sports that involve a ball, if you take your eye off it, that's never a good thing. So this means to take your eye off the ball means to lose focus on important things. So, here are some tips to bear in mind when you go house hunting. Bear in mind, this is a common phrase we use to mean that you should remember things or keep these things in your mind. These are tips, pieces of advice that you should remember when you're going out to look at houses. We call this house hunting. House hunting. You're going out to look at different homes, deciding which one could be the right one for you. House hunting is a common phrase we also use when we're looking for a home. So let's get into some of these tips now. This first one is very broad, but we'll get more specific very shortly. First and foremost, check everything. When we're doing a list of things, and the first one is most important, we'll not only say first or firstly, we'll say first and foremost. So this means this is number one, and it's also the most important point. Check everything, okay? Everything. So that's very broad. What do we mean by everything? Well, let's get into that right now.
Yeah. Everything means everything. You might think, oh, it's such a little thing.
There are no little things.
There are no little things when you buy a house. So if you're going to check everything, this includes things like light switches. You might think, well, of course the light switches work. No.
They might not.
I'll just admit right now that I was washing the wall in my kitchen and my sponge that I was using hit the electrical socket and it shorted, which means it went boop. And I broke it. So not everything works. So make sure you check everything. So light switches where you turn the light off and on. A faucet is that fixture we talked about. It's a device that controls the flow of water. So you can turn it off and on. Those are faucets. Check the sink. See if anything, maybe the sink is stopped up. Maybe the sink doesn't really drain very well. That's one thing. Outlet, I just explained what the outlet is. You plug electrical appliances into those outlets. One in my house doesn't work. I've got to get it fixed. So just do everything. Even if you think it's silly, check it.
Also, visit every room from the attic to the cellar. Now, the attic is the room at the very top of the house. Houses, like a proper house, will often have different floors. And the attic is kind of like a storage space, a small storage space at the very top of the house, just below the roof. Sometimes, there's not even stairs that go up to it. The stairs might actually pull out of the ceiling in some older homes as well. And you don't usually go up there. You just kind of put stuff that you don't necessarily need or use very often. For example, in the attic, you might have something like your Christmas decorations.
I was just going to say my mom would store all of the Christmas decorations in the attic.
Because you only use those once a year. You don't need them sitting around taking up other space.
No.
So you'll have old clothes up there, maybe old books you don't read anymore, stuff you don't need or use. There's also the cellar. Now, that's the very bottom of the house. Not every home has a cellar in it, but that's another small space at the very bottom of the house. Sometimes it's actually below ground. And you'll store different stuff down there, too. Stuff you don't use, but in older homes, I remember like my grandma in the cellar in their farmhouse, she had all like the preserved food that she would make down there in the cellar.
Nice. It's cool.
Because it was cool down there, so the food would be able to be kept well.
Yeah.
So again, not all homes have a cellar, but this is a way of saying check everything, again, from the top of the house to the very, very bottom.
I think this is really great advice. Also, check the water pressure in the shower.
Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. So what you have to do is you have to go into the bathroom and actually turn on the shower. See how strong the water's coming out. I know sometimes my favorite part of staying in a hotel is when there's really strong water pressure, or the water pressure is really, really nice and you get a great shower. Currently, my water pressure is okay. It's not great, but you want to check that. That's really important. And also, see what the washing machine sounds like when it's working. You know, does it spin? That's when the basket goes around and around in a circle to get the water out of the clothes. If it spins and makes noises, it might mean it's just about ready to break.
Also, check the noises the air conditioning make. Yes, absolutely. My old apartment, the air conditioner sounded like a very large truck whose engine was dying. And try to sleep with that going on. We did not check that before we moved in, so definitely do that. Check the air conditioning.
Well, what's interesting, though, Joe, is I just got a new air conditioning unit put in my apartment, but I preferred the old one because it was a little noisier, and my upstairs neighbor is loud. You know, and he wakes me up. So my current air conditioner is actually too quiet.
Okay, so depends on what you like and depends on your needs. You can use one loud noise to kind of drown out or cancel out another one.
True.
Also, look under rugs and pull furniture away from the walls to make sure no problem areas are concealed. Yes, rugs and furniture might look nice, but sometimes if people are being dishonest, they might, say, put a rug over an area of floor that might have been stained or perhaps there's been damage to it. There might be little holes that they're trying to cover up. So don't be shy. Look under the rugs, actually lift them up and check what's under there. Hopefully there's nothing but a little bit of dust. Maybe that's the worst problem. Pull the furniture away from the walls so you can see what's behind the furniture, so you can check the conditions there. And you're making sure there's no problem areas that are concealed. If something is concealed, it's hidden. It means that you cannot see it because there is something blocking your view of it. So make sure the person selling the house is being honest. Keep them honest, in other words.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that you have to actually keep people honest means you can't just automatically trust them. Always verify, get proof that things are working. Second, okay, so we talked about the first piece of advice, the most important piece of advice, check everything. Here's the second piece of advice. Visit the property at different times of the day to see what the area is like. I remember in New York when I was looking for an apartment, I found a great place that I liked, and then I went back one night and realized that underneath my window on the floor, the ground floor next to my apartment building was a bar.
That would be loud, yeah.
People were there really late at night, and it was loud because they'd go out to smoke, and so they'd talk and I could hear them. I was so grateful I didn't, move into that apartment. I found out just in time. So this is great advice. You've got to find out what the area is like at night, during the day, early in the morning. All of that is important.
Yeah, so if you are this would be something you would do if you are seriously considering buying the place. You would go check it out at different types of day, walk around the neighborhood. Find out if the neighbors are noisy, the article says. Yeah, just like those would have been Stephanie's neighbors, the people at the bar. So that would have been really loud. So find out if they're noisy, if they make a lot of sounds or noise. Or whether they have noisy pets. Yes, your neighbors might have dogs that are barking all day long, things
all
like that.
Long.
Or all night long when you're trying to get some sleep. Even better, have an informal chat with the neighbors as they might be able to tell you things about the house or the area that the real estate agent won't. Yes, remember, real estate agents, they make money by selling houses, so they are very motivated. They want to tell you that the house is great, it's perfect for you, you should definitely buy it. They might not be 100% honest. The neighbors, they have no reason, really, to lie to you. So you can just walk up to the door, introduce yourself, say, hi, I'm thinking about buying the house next door. How's the neighborhood? What do you... Or just, get to know them a little bit.
Sure.
We say have an informal chat. So you don't speak formally. You just speak in a friendly, sort of neighborly way. Mm-hmm. And they might be able to tell you some things about the house. Oh, yeah, the old Gibson house. Yeah, it's a shame what happened to them. And you find out that there was some terrible
there was a murder there
in the house or something. Although I believe that they have to tell you that sort of thing.
They do. They have to tell you if someone's died in the house.
And especially in Taiwan, that is especially true as well. So check out the neighbors. And finally, when it comes to negotiating the price and making an offer, work out the maximum price you're willing to pay beforehand. Yes, decide this before you start negotiating. When you negotiate, it means that you are trying to figure out how much you'll pay for something usually, or you're trying to decide on the terms of an agreement. So you're going back and forth with the owner saying, I'll pay this much. He says, no, I want that much. And you meet somewhere, usually in the middle.
That's a compromise.
That's a compromise.
Yeah.
You need to work out or decide the maximum, the highest amount you'll pay. So if you get to that point and the owner says, no, I won't accept that, you need to give me more, then usually you should probably just walk away.
Yeah. If you're working something out, guys, it usually requires a little bit of effort. You could also say here, you could use the verb phrase, figure out the maximum price. So you do some calculating. You want to see that you're not paying too much or too little. Maximum means the most. So you want to work out or figure out the most that you're willing to pay for the house before you get there, before you start negotiating. You should know how high you're willing to go because if you really like the house, you may overshoot the budget and end up offering to pay more than you really want to or offering to pay more than you can. You should work out how much the property's really worth and maybe get an independent valuation. We also talk about getting an appraisal on the house. A valuation, I think this is more British English, but in America, we actually hire people to come in who aren't related to us or the people who own the house, and they do an independent or professional appraisal, and they give you an estimation of what that property is worth. Don't let your emotions run away with you. That means get control of your emotions. Don't be too emotional about this purchase, or you may end up regretting how much you paid for it or even buying it to begin with. You're making a big financial commitment, so be sure that your investment is worth it. When you make a commitment, you actually promise or pledge that you're going to do something. And here, it's a financial commitment because you have to pay your mortgage payment every month, and it could be quite a bit.
Yes, you're making an investment, we say here. When you invest in something, it means you put money into something in the hopes that the value will go up, the value will grow, and you can make a profit on it. So
Hopefully.
Yes, it is a big commitment. It is an investment, so take your time. Right now, we're going to take a minute to listen to our Chinese teacher, and then we'll be back with our discussion questions for the day.
Hi everyone, my name is Jenny. 今天我们要来继续看多益的文章。好，在前面的对话里面，我们看到销售员跟这个顾客之间的对答。那谈买房子的时候，到底要注意什么事情呢？这里我们就要告诉大家有一些重要的 guidelines， 也就是指南，要注意一下哦，怎么样去买到好房子。好，首先呢，我们来看这边一开头他就说了，买房子啊，哇，那真是一个 exciting prospect， 换句话说，是一个令人兴奋而期待的事情。那要注意到不要太兴奋，以免忘了重要的问题。好，那我们来看下面就告诉大家 至少有3点。那我们先看顺序上我们需要用到的转折词，注意到在下一段的开头，它就用到 first and foremost， 最重要的第一件事，然后再下一段提到第2点，它的顺序上它用到了 second， 然后到最后结束的地方碰到第3点，它加了 finally。 好，我们知道这样子的分配非常的顺序，非常的清楚，你只要利用适当的转折词，对读者来说它就会一清二楚。好，我们再从头来看这边的顺序 first and foremost，第一件要做的是检查每样东西，它下面呢就用到了 This includes every light switch, every faucet and every outlet。 我们知道 this 当然这个是一个指称词，我们在文章的前后，我们为了要让读者弄清楚你说的是谁或哪一件事，我们常会用到指称词， This 就是一个标准的指称词用法，前面刚提过，然后说这个呢可包括了以下数件。好，我们要再往下读咯。下面呢在每一个句子里头还要注意一点文法上，因为它是一个寻屋指南，告诉你当你 go house hunting 的时候一定要留意一定要做的事，所以在句构上大家有没有发现它都是用祈使句。下面要你visit every room， 叫你 check the water pressure， 叫你 look under rugs and pull furniture away， 那这个都是祈使句。好，我们再来看下面呢，除了说第一个要检查之外，那第2件事是什么？他就告诉你，其实你最好这个在一天里面要挑不同的时间来。如果今天这一次去看是早上，下一次可能是晚上，因为不同的时段里会发现不同的状况。然后呢，对屋子的了解就会更深入。那我们看到这里，他说要 visit the property at different times of the day。 好， time 这个其实就是一个时期，那我们知道 time 当时期来解释不同的时段，它是可数名词。好， at this time, at that time, at different times。 好，这个用法其实蛮常见的，请大家特别注意。再下来还有一点他说到如果你看这个房子的时候还要注意一下是不是附近的邻居很吵，是不是呢他们有养宠物，这个可能会影响你的生活品质。不过这一个句构也要留意，因为我们看到 find out 后面它其实接着2个子句，一个子句是 if 所连接的，另外一个是 whether 所连接的。那我们知道 if 跟 whether他们这2个字在语义上呢有一点是重复的，就是当这2个字翻译成是否，然后呢接一个子句，这个子句当名词来用，是一个名词子句的时候，这2个用法是相同的好，我们来看到像这里 if the neighbors are noisy， 好，这是一个名词子句，当做 find out 的受词用。还有后面的 whether they have noisy pets， 这个也是当做受词用的名词子句。所以这2个地方其实 if 跟 whether 完全一样。不过谈文法其实可以把它变得更复杂一点，大家知道吗？其实有一个地方要留意如果 if 跟 whether 接的名词子句放在受词上是都可以啦，但是 if 它接的名词子句是不能摆在主词是否这个含义它并不能当做主词的一个名词子句所以这也是为什么有时候 if 跟 whether 又不完全相同。好，那我们再往下看，现在谈到了第2点之后，最后还有一点就是跟价钱有关，到底要付多少钱，可是要算得精准。那这边呢，它 finally 后面就说 when it comes to negotiating the price and making an offer。 好，这个前半句when it comes to 这个句型 片语其实蛮常见的，它表示说一提到什么，我们谈到什么。那 to, when it comes to the to, 它是一个介系词哦，要特别注意。所以后面所接的，如果碰到动词，要变成 V-I-N-G。所以这也就是为什么你看到 negotiating, 看到 making 这两个都变成了动名词了。好，我们今天的讲解就到这里结束，我们下次见。
Welcome back, guys. We're going to take a look at 2 discussion questions here. Joe, I'll ask you the first one. What are some other things you should check out when you view a house?
Well, as we've seen today, you need to check out anything, really. Check the surrounding area as well, and it might depend on what sort of activities that you're into. Like, if you're kind of an outdoorsy person, is it close to parks? Is like a place where you can go ride your bike or go jogging? And what kind of facilities are around you? Are there fitness centers? Are there basketball courts? Are there nice restaurants if you're a person who likes to go out to eat? Are those close by? You need to find out what sort of things are around you and do those things suit your lifestyle and the things that you like. Because the house might be really nice, but maybe it's not close to anything that you like to do. So do you really want to compromise in that way? So check out the surrounding area. Find out not only about the neighbors, but what sort of services and facilities are around you as well.
I would also recommend doing a commute. Say you have your job. I would actually try seeing how long it takes you to get to work. What's the best route to take? I mean, that can be a big amount of time just going back and forth to work.
Yeah, if you have a long commute, it can be a big drain on yourself physically and mentally.
Yeah, can you park if you have a car or a scooter? Are all of these things available? Those are important things. One of the reasons why I don't want to move, even though I'd like to have a big kitchen, is because I like my neighborhood. I love the restaurants that are there. I love the stores. Those are all important things. And I like the people. The people in my neighborhood are great. Okay, here's the second question. You can ask me, Joe.
What would your dream house be like?
My dream house is not in the city. It's in the mountains. I have no neighbors except for some bears and maybe some squirrels. Nice bears only. I have big windows, so the windows are from floor to the ceiling. And I have a creek in the backyard, which is a little stream of water that runs through. And it's just really quiet and beautiful.
It sounds, very peaceful, very serene. Yeah, my dream house actually would not be in the city. It would be somewhere near the beach. Not on the beach because, with global warming, the beachfront properties may soon be underwater properties. So I'd want to be like up higher a little bit. Maybe not way up the mountain, but on a hillside somewhere overlooking the sea. I like that idea you had about the floor-to-ceiling windows.
Yes.
Lots of natural light.
I want natural light.
Very modern design, that sort of thing. You can talk endlessly about what your dream house might be like. I believe we are out of time for the program today.
It's true.
We hope you've enjoyed our handy guide to house hunting. Keep these tips in mind when in the future you need to go and look for your dream house. Until the next edition of English Digest, I'm Joe.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
Bye.